Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us and for yet another news update video for today. This one is great though because this one is all official, so everything that we've seen and some more here. Thankfully there was still a couple of things on here that didn't get leaked before this event. This video is going to focus on exactly this, the Hasbro Transformers toy panel Megacon, which of course is going on right now in Orlando, and that's yet another event that I definitely have to get to. So we've got Evan and Emily there. They took the panel, as you can see, and what we got to see first and foremost, so it is official, it was all true, all of the things when these sort of snuck out. And the uncanny irony is, for any of you who watch this channel, today's A to Z of Transformers was Liokaiser. That's just the most crazy, uncanny coincidence ever, shall we say. Now there's loads of these images, guys, online already, and again, if you're new to the channel, the purpose of this is just to direct you to them. Also on the Instagram there's videos going round and round. Now there's a full video of this on actual Hasbro Pulse's YouTube as well, but I'm so pleased that we are of course getting Liokaiser. That is one of the tier stands there, which you can see literally is a tier stand, and again, for those I'm pretty sure you know now anyway, this is of course the combiner from Victory, made up of 6 bots. Now from where I'm looking at it, it looks like Liokaiser is bigger than the other 5. Now, I'm not too sure. That's what he looks like. This is sensational. This is, of course, Death Cobra. If you've seen the cartoon, Death Cobra has never... I know he's had a third-party one, typically. Well, due out soon, third party, but he's never had an official figure released ever. We of course got Black Shadow and Blue Bacchus, but we never got a Death Cobra, so it's just insane and it's so good. It's going to be official. Death Cobra is coming out again, guys. If you want to see these without the reflection, these are on TFW 2005 as we speak, and they are starting to get around everywhere. As I say, these are actual photos from the panel, so they're not the greatest anyway because they're just off the screen that is right in front of them. Now you can see there it does say 10,000 backers. Now if you notice the time, we've got until the 24th of March, which is brilliant. This is something that Evan said to myself at MCM, that they are looking now to give us longer to back certain projects, because of course they are quite expensive, and usually, you know, especially around this sort of time just after Christmas, whereas the other one was just before Christmas, it's nice now that you've got that bit of buffer, yeah, quite a few weeks to be able to get it backed. So that's when it needs to be backed by. And of Ken, here are the characters. I'm very surprised they kept his name the same, to be honest. I'm really very surprised, because of course they changed his name to Iron Bison on Combiner Wars. He's of course still exactly the same. This is just to again show. Now the only thing they've changed is, of course, they're calling them Chest Masters and Chest Force, because, of course, in the 80s, they were known as the Breast Masters and the Breast Force, but obviously, I can pretty much imagine why they can't call them that anymore. There is Jaruga, there is the alternate mode, there you go. And indeed, that's very clever as well, because they changed his name to Fellbat in Combiner Wars, but all they've done is just take the H off it, because his original name is Hellbat. By the way, guys, if you are new or if you haven't seen any of these figures, of course, not the new ones, which I'm showing you, there's Skyhawk. I'm lucky enough to have the original, and I've just put the combining video, because the original Generation 1 combining method was just incredible. It was so ahead of its time. It was nothing like the normal Scramble City bots. If you've not seen it, definitely check it out, because it's just such a great figure, to be honest. These we saw this morning, these again are all official. This is of course Skybite, which you can see there. There's loads of these images. These have been around for probably 8 to 10 hours now already, which is crazy considering they've only just gone live. Same with Heatwave, and as I said, I did notice, but I didn't know, I've only noticed that it's definitely some sort of partial of bulkhead. It was the fuel canisters that gave it away for me, and ironically enough, I've just shown a picture of that to my little boy, who's now 9, and of course he loved Heatwave as a kid, so he's like, oh wow, he's going to be a real figure. So it's just great that things like that actually, you know, they make a difference. It's great, and of course it just involves and gets more people into the fandom. Right, this is the one that they managed to keep secret. This is the one that didn't appear anywhere, and this, unfortunately for me, is the one that I know nothing about. So this is Timeline's Heart of Steel. I've seen, I think, some pictures of this. So this seems to be main characters, basically, like of trains and things like that. So this is a 2-pack, which is Starscream and indeed Optimus Prime. Now, again, guys, you're gonna have to help me out because I don't know much about these at all. Packaging looks amazing. Yeah, these are great. There is the alternate mode. There you can see Optimus is in fact a train. And then this is a little bit of a teaser coming up to through the space bridge coming up in a second. So it looks like they're going to be continuing doing more of these particular figures. So I've got a few of these. As I say, they're not the greatest images, not until we get the official ones as of yet, but they are very, very interesting, very intriguing to me completely. As I say, don't know much about them at all. The fact that they're trains and stuff, it's great. So, you know, that means that we're definitely going to be getting a Thomas the Tank Engine crossover soon. It's got to be done, because all they've got to do is just put his face on there, and then we'll get all the rest of them, Percy, Bert, and whatever the ones I just cannot remember. I'm sure we'll get them, and then hopefully we'll get a Raiden as well. Anyway, that's me just going completely off topic. Last few images of this. And then this is through the space bridge. So lots of these we sort of had leaked by JT Prime, and there's a couple on here, guys. I got to confess that I don't, again, my knowledge is, I don't ever profess to know everything about G1, so I can't say that. Right, first I'm going to show you Cybertron Exilian and then Cybertron Noise Maze. And the reason why I've gone off that is just because I didn't want to get their names wrong, because Cybertron and the Unicron trilogy is a huge black hole in my collecting knowledge. Mine was G1, loads of time off, still continued with G1, and then went on to Generations from there. But these look very, very interesting. This has got to be a package refresh, because obviously we've had Sandstorm very recently. Wasn't he the first Legacy leader? I'm sure he was. Anyway, he was in Legacy, so we've had him. Slugslinger's really interesting, guys. I'm lucky enough to have the Titans Return version, but I want to see an updated version of him. The Titans Return, Headmasters, Target Masters, etc. If I'm being brutally honest, from my opinion, they weren't the greatest, so I'm really looking forward to them. The next is a 2-pack, which means, of course, that we know that they're continuing with sort of like the Mayhem Attack Squad and the Wreckers, etc. Iron Fist is there, and again, I've got... what's the word I'm after? I've got the original of these. If you want to see videos on these guys, again, if Generation 1 isn't your forte, or because it might just be a bit too old for you, I'm not too sure on all the viewers watching this, Iron Fist was a light former. He is a fantastic figure. And of course, Carnivac was a Pretender Beast. These, again, are from the computer game, which, again, unfortunately for me, is a bit of a black hole. When I saw that, I initially thought they're repackaging Slicer, but it's not Slicer at all. It is Transformers Devastation Game, Decepticon Ground and Air Troopers, which of course is very, very interesting. Let's go back to images of them. They look very, very, again, they look to me like a bit like a Slicer figure. I'm not too sure. Then what we've got here is the very strangely and oddly packed Studioseries 86 Perceptor with Ramhorn and Ratbat. So again, strange mix there, but again, you know, loads of people were speculating, is it true? Is it not true? It is. There you go. That's what's coming out. That's how they're going to be releasing them. All of these are official images. All of these are official reveals from Hasbro. And then, of course, the final one, even though there was no images of it, it did say on the Heart of Steel there is going to be another 2-pack, which is Bumblebee and Megatron. So there you go. That's all the news from the Megacon with regards to this channel. Again, don't forget, guys, I'm going to be lucky enough to be reviewing the Constructicons officially tomorrow. The first 2 in-demand stores. I've got loads of other content. I've got a full news video that I recorded earlier, which I haven't put up yet because I've had so much other stuff coming on, and I think I might just hold back on the rest of the Optimus Prime build and everything else. But as always, guys, what are you excited for the most out of all of them? Please do let me know, and take care.